Hello from Cookbook Divas. This is Carrie, and today I'm excited to look through the Farmette Cookbook with you. I grabbed it from my local library. I haven't peeked inside it yet. I haven't cooked anything out of it. We're just going to take a look through because that's what we do here at Cookbook Divas. It's recipes and adventures from my life on an Irish farm by Imen McDonnell. I have not looked through a lot of Irish cookbooks that weren't like the Irish Pub Cookbook or the St. Patrick's Day Irish Cookbook, so I'm very excited to see some actual Irish cooking that regular people eat. Let me see what it says in the back. American city girl marries rural Irish dairy farmer. Cooking, growing, foraging, fishing, preserving, and baking ensue, with 150 delightful classic Irish recipes updated for the modern home cook. Awesome. Cover photos by Sid Kennedy. Cover design by Shubhani Sarkar. And it came out in 2016. The Farmette Cookbook. And it's Roost Books. Off to a pretty start. Let's check out the table of contents. The chapters are 1, traditional dairy skills, and then 2, in the bread box, 3, potatoes. We knew there'd be some potatoes in this cookbook. 4, orchard. 5, from the sea. 6, a walk on the wild side. Chapter 7 is sweet and savory pies and tarts. Chapter 8 is country suppers. Oh, that sounds fun. Sunday lunch is chapter 9. I love hosting Sunday lunches. Chapter 10, new traditions. And then puddings, cakes, and confections. A chapter called Country Kids is at the end. So here's the introduction. Girl meets farmer, arriving in Ireland, moving to the farm, getting used to rural living, starting my blog and learning to cook. Life on the farm, a note on Irish food. Oh, let's read this note on Irish food. Many classic Irish recipes have just a few simple ingredients: dairy, eggs, preserves, dried fruit, and flowers. In fact, there are centuries-old cakes and pudding recipes that still rely solely on small variations of the same components, such as the Irish wedding cake, birthday cake, and Christmas cake. When I prepare some of the older recipes, I always make sure to pause and admire the thought and care that went into creating each dish through generations. Oh, I love it. Stocking the larder. Spices, seasoning, herbs, oils, etc., wild ingredients, fish, tools and equipment, meat, poultry. All right, the cookbook begins. Chapter 1, traditional dairy skills. Milk is the backbone of our family farm, she writes. This farm has been milking cows since the 1800s, when horses or donkeys carted the milk to and from the creamery every day on their own. Raw milk, pasteurized milk, organic milk, buttermilk, etc. So this is an educational book, not just a cookbook. Here is a country butter recipe. Cultured buttermilk. Buttered eggs. Yum. That's what I had for breakfast. Basic farmer cheese. Farmhouse queso fresco. Irish farmhouse ricotta. Yum. Sour cream, creme fraiche. So note that this cookbook apparently doesn't have a picture for every recipe, but that's okay because we all know what creme fraiche looks like and we know what sour cream looks like. Farmhouse mascarpone. Cream cheese. See, we know what cream cheese looks like, but it's nice to have a photo. Sweet cream ice cream, clotted cream, Irish coffee ice cream, evaporated milk, making it yourself. Wow, farmhouse yogurt. We better skip to the next chapter, but I want to point out this milk jam recipe. I've never heard of such a thing. Nice. Okay, moonshine syllabub and Irish cream. All right, chapter 2, in the bread box. What are we going to learn about? She writes that Irish brown wheaten bread, also known as brown soda bread, is perhaps the most recognizable since it's commonly served up alongside velvety vegetable soups at pubs and inns around the country. The bread boasts a unique nutty flavor and has a crumbly yet moist texture that people long for after they've returned to their cozy homes abroad. Best brown bread. There's the recipe. Traditional white soda bread. And a note on Irish fairies. Ooh. Farmhouse milk bread. How good does that look? Garden caraway rye. Ooh, I love rye bread. I don't think I've baked rye bread yet. Here's something called Dinner's Tea Brack. She writes that many practices of the past are very much still alive in the Irish countryside. Soda farls? I don't know what a farls is, but I better skip ahead. Welsh cakes. Chapter 3, potatoes. I personally love potatoes. I could eat them every day. It's probably my Scottish heritage. Classic Colcannon. Classic Champ. Here's something called a box tea. I'm getting hungry. My stomach is rumbling. I hope you can't hear that on video, but looking at these is making me very hungry. This is Harissa potato latkes. They're traditional Jewish fare throughout the world. The word latke means little oil in Hebrew, and latkes are essentially grated potatoes prepared with oil. Similar to Irish box tea, but with the addition of an egg, they're a crunchy, fried, addictive potato cake that I'm happy to have in my repertoire. Potato rasher and rosemary pizza. Yum, yes please. Potato bread. Sea salt and cider vinegar crisps. Ooh, that sounds good. Now we're in the orchard chapter. Applejack fritters. Oh, I would love to have some of those. If I had time to bake them today, I would. Here's Jeffrey's Plummy Jam Donuts. Roasted pear cheesecake. Ooh, an apple blossom cordial. I love this orchard chapter. All right, I'm going to skip ahead, and now we're in From the Sea. Country Kerry crab boil. Classic Dublin lawyer. Irish dulce miso soup. Okay, hot smoked salmon tacos. Oysters and stout. Irish trout caviar blinis. And Irish seafood chowder. Let's jump ahead to the next chapter because I can't show you everything. Oh, why are there suddenly desserts? Whoa, seafood chowder. Okay, but then all of a sudden, oh, because we changed chapters. A walk on the wild side. Once upon a time in my pre-farm life, the term foraging applied only to sample sales or an early opening at Saks off 5th on a Saturday morning. Things are much different in the Irish countryside. Okay, foraging. Wild garlic and soft Irish cheese tamales. Sweet farmer cheese Danish. My stomach is like, I'm so hungry. Prawn cobbler with pouring cream. I think that's someone's last name. Braised field mushrooms. Nettle sweet pea and turf smoked ham soup. I could forage for nettles in my front yard. They grow there, unfortunately. Here's something called an Irish hedgerow shandy. Lavender sloe gin jellies. Brambleberry pie for Beatrix Potter. Nice. And candied crab apples. Now we suddenly are talking about pie crust because we're in the sweet and savory pies and tarts chapter. Okay. Ooh, what is this? I have to show you. A rustic turf smoke ham and leek galette. I love making galettes. Irish lobster mac and cheese pie. Oh my gosh, my boyfriend would love that. Oxtail and ale pie. Ooh, what is this? Let's find out. That looks good. Tater tot shepherd's pie. Yum. Peggy's apple tart on a plate. Now, I think we're in another... No, Irish country salad. Irish farmer cheese souffle, if you're brave enough to make souffles. Duck egg mayonnaise. Wow. Irish rarebit. Potato and spring leek with adobo soup. That's definitely adding a modern flavor to a traditional recipe. I don't think originally people cooked with adobo in Ireland. I could be wrong. Here's down and dirty baked eggs. And how about bangers and mash? Okay. Sunday lunch. Next chapter. I think I skipped a couple chapter markings there, but that's okay. A magnificent ode to America meal, buttermilk fried chicken, a comforting roast pork with cider, gravy, and McDonnell Family Christmas Pudding. Autumn Michaelmas Roast with Peggy's Potato Stuffing. St. Patrick's Day Bacon and Cabbage Pot Stickers. I must have jumped into the holiday chapter. That's okay. Puddings, Cakes, and Confections. Ooh, here's a Farmhouse Tres Leches cake. And some, Farmhouse Rice Pudding. I didn't expect to see jam on there. Queen of Puddings. Ooh, what's this? Farmhouse Spring Pudding. And the last chapter, Country Kids. Mile High Banoffee Pie. Snickergriddle Scones. Oat Millet Chia Banana Flapjacks. And Toad in the Hole. Wow, I love this. I'm so glad I checked this out from the library. This is the Farmette Cookbook. I'd love to hear what you thought as we flipped through this to explore it together. It's by Imen McDonnell. You can see more of our cookbook look-throughs at cookbookdivas.com, which is our blog. We post cookbook news and info to Facebook and Instagram at Cookbook Divas. We post videos to YouTube, and we also have a Cookbook Divas podcast where we talk about new and upcoming cookbooks. Thanks so much for watching.